Sawa. Haya ndio hiyo. 1 2 3.
Mr. Young. No, how have you been?
I've been well.
Thank you so much for this time. And it's been quite a while since our last meeting. Do you remember where we met?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never forget.
You can never forget. Yes, and I can remember your story was actually very, very touching and captivating. And as you know, this is a street talk on mental health matters. And we are just walking within the streets, trying to talk about our mental health and trying to sensitize people on mental health matters. So, tell us your story. Let us listen to your story. We're actually interested into that so much. The whole world is listening to you. Yes.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
I always wanted my story to go global.
Wow, that's good. That is now global, my friend.
So, my name is Ian Wekesa. My story starts in 2014 when I joined campus. And back in those days, I was an introvert who was seeking attention. So when I joined campus, I met these two ladies who turned out to be from rich backgrounds. And me coming from a humble background, I tried to fit in with them. By lying to them, I become from a rich family. And then that I lied, I had to live the lie. So I ended up struggling so much to live that life until it led me to depression. But the thing is, the depression did not manifest immediately. It lay dormant in my mind. Fast forward to 2016. At that point, I'm really struggling with my education. Because things are very hard. One of my classmates noticed how I was struggling and offered to help me study. So I started studying together with her. During our conversations, we realized that we both like watching animations.
Oh, wow, animation movies.
Yeah.
That is quite interesting, yeah. And it's good for mental health.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's therapeutic.
Of course, very, very therapeutic. I love it too.
So, we started watching animations together. Then it was during this watching that one night when we were watching an animation, the lady landed a kiss on me.
So it was your first kiss, eh?
Not really, but
Okay.
it was
But
my
after a
first
long
kiss
time.
in campus.
In campus, yeah.
So, we started dating.
With the lady now?
Yeah. And I'm guessing I became infatuated with this lady. But I was so into her. We dated till 2017. When we got to 2017, we decided to move in together.
Wow.
Yeah, levels.
Yeah, very good.
Upgrade.
Yeah, you have to upgrade, yes. From version this to version that.
2.0.
Of course.
So, the blunder was, I'd been moved for a common room. And the common rooms are usually very packed. So there will be no privacy for us there. So we decided I'd be the one to move into her room. Because we only had two ladies. So I moved in and we started living together. And the good thing was the roommate was usually the outgoing kind of lady. So we had the room mostly to ourselves. So we started living together.
Wow.
And remember, this is illegal.
Yeah, no, but according to our Kenyan constitution, if you have a relationship for consecutively 6 months, then the lady belongs to you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, technically speaking, she's your wife.
I lost my
6
wife.
months. Oh, yeah, you lost her. Oh my God. But she's still there anyway. Given the fact that you still remember her, then it means she's still part of your memories.
Yeah.
Go on.
So, I lived with her for the whole of 2017 until December. And that's when I started showing signs of being unwell. 17 December.
17 December. Okay.
Because she told me that
Yeah.
when you go to December, I started abusing people randomly. Verbally.
Yes. Now you are being arrogant, you are being
Yeah.
somehow arrogant, and also you are being violent.
Hostile.
Of course, you're hostile.
Yeah. So my girlfriend noticed this change in behavior and decided to call my mom. But during that time, my mom was doing her job in Kampala, so she could not help me out. So she just told my girlfriend to take me to the hospital. She did that and the doctor just gave me some antidepressants to send me back to school. From going back to school, apparently it got worse. Because I was told of this episode whereby she had left me alone in the room and gone to class. And me being left alone, I went down to the girls' hanging lines, plucked off their clothes, and went and hid them. Yeah. So my girlfriend was noticing that I've become attention to other people. She started to switch rooms. From that 2 ladies' room to a single lady room so that she could be locking me in the room when she goes to class.
So it means she already began to support you in that your process of your mental journey, mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was very supportive
Yeah, that is good.
until she wasn't. Only God's support never runs out. So,
Go on.
and those rooms were for their rooms. So they were kept under tight security. So one night while we were in those rooms, as I was leaving the loo going back to my girlfriend's room, I met a watchman along the way. And that is obviously trouble,
Of course, that's a very big trouble.
but it was the middle of the night. And men are only supposed to be in a girls' hostel between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. So apparently this guy approached me angrily asking me, "Young man, what are you doing in a girls' hostel at night? Don't you know it's against the school rules? I couldn't even have you expelled for this." And at that point, apparently I had lost all control over my body. At the answer the guy very rudely, I was like, "Why are you asking me what I'm doing here? Don't you know me and my girlfriend love each other and been living together for more than a year? I have a right to be here with her. Are you trying to break up our love?" Imagine. That's how rude I was to the man.
No, you are not rude. Of course, you are asking for your right. It is your right to be with the child. But you must follow school principles and school laws.
Understand?
But
We're
it is
actually
your
going
right.
against the rules.
Yeah.
We knew it was illegal, but we are doing it for love. As many campus people do. So, the good thing was, my girlfriend had that altercation and came and she talked to the watchman, telling him that I'm not okay in my mind and that she'll put me in a matatu the next morning to come back to Nairobi to get medical help. So the watchman agreed and let us go back to sleep. So the next morning my girlfriend did just that. She put me in a North Rift, brought me back to Nairobi, where my mom was waiting for me at the stage. She picked me up from the stage, put me in a taxi, went to that Avenue Hospital Parklands, where I was put under observation. Then the doctors came to my mom and told her that the symptoms that I'm showing are the same symptoms that drug users show. But I was not using any drugs. I've never used any drugs. And I'll never.
Don't say that you'll never, but just say you are coping up when you hope you don't need it. Yeah.
I pray I don't drink it. So, the doctors decided to do a drug test. So I was told that the moment I was given the injection to take a blood sample, immediately my arms and feet became weak. They became paralyzed. Yeah. So when I became paralyzed, I had to be admitted. I stayed admitted for 3 weeks. Because after the third week, the bills had become too much for my mom. Consequently, I took 2 million. Yeah.
That was too much. That's 2 million.
Yeah.
Kenyan shillings. That's close to 20,000 or $200,000. That's too much.
20,000.
That's too much.
Yeah. So, I had to be discharged. Since there was no more money for bed. I got discharged, was taken back home, laid on the sofa set where I could be seen easily, and imagine it is another sofa set that I lay for 5 months. 5 months of being spoon-fed, being taken to the bathroom, basically being treated like a big baby.
Yeah, I can feel
But after the 4th month, I started showing some signs of recovery.
Wow, that's quite good.
In that, my arms and feet started shaking. My mom noticed it and tried to lift me up to stand. I got on to standing up eventually. And when I did, I started being taught how to walk, how to talk, and how to use my arms. I started being taught everything like a child. Yes. I did that for a while until I got to a point where I could try walking, but I needed support.
Yeah.
I could not walk on my own. And something I've forgotten to mention is, back in campus,
Yes.
as I've mentioned, I was an introvert.
Yeah.
I was such a serious introvert to the extent that even in my class in campus where I had 49 classmates, the only people who used to talk to in that class was my girlfriend and 3 of her friends.
So you didn't have the opportunity maybe to socialize and to do.
I didn't. Back to the story.
Yeah.
So there I am staggering.
Yeah.
I went on staggering for a few weeks until one Saturday morning. I remember I got up that Saturday and turned on my mobile data. And I remember I only got one message in WhatsApp. I noticed it was a video sent to my class group. Which was strange because there was no activity in that group for a while. Then suddenly a video is sent. So I was very anxious to know what the video is about.
Yeah.
To the point that after when I pressed for it to start downloading, I just sat on the bed watching it download. Until it finished downloading and I pressed play. What I saw shocked me. Because what I saw in that video was all my classmates gathered in one of our lecture halls praying for my healing.
Wow. What a wonderful thing. And based on whatever you have just said, actually having a good social kind of support made you to feel happy. That prayer was actually important in your life.
The prayer itself was very touching.
Because you were not expecting it at all.
Yeah.
I can actually imagine how you feel, and I can feel how nice it was.
Yeah. Because in that video, I remember there was this guy called Joseph who seemed to be the one leading that service. He was just there declaring things like, Lord Jesus, we pray that you heal our brother Ian, bring him back to us better than ever, remove this evil illness from him. And then it was like everything he was declaring, it's like it was pumping life into me. He declared something, I was just like, something else, like that. Then they did something that was even more touching. Like they sing from the lecture hall where they were in the field where usually have our graduations. They were there in the field standing in 2 rows, holding up papers with letters written on them. And those letters were arranged to read out, "We love you, Ian." Imagine.
We love you. That's actually very powerful.
I was so shocked by that gesture, I even dropped the phone. That's how dramatic it was.
You felt it actually.
Because in my mind I could not imagine it. How can these people tell me they love me yet I never talk to 99% of them?
But because you told us you were just talking to 3 of them.
Yeah,
But all of them, they were actually having you in their minds.
yeah.
Thank you to them. All your classmates, I would like to thank them for that gesture.
I had to absorb that shock fast. After I finished absorbing the shock, I picked up the phone again, found them back in class praying until the video closed. And when it did, I remember I just breathed in heavily, breathed out, then jumped up out of excitement. And when I landed, I was so sure that I jumped up, I just kept on jumping, screaming out, "Ninaruka, naruka, naruka."
And that was the beginning of your healing. Yes. To come back to life.
Yes, that was the beginning of my new life,
Wow, that's good.
my new life in Christ.
So you are a Christian. Okay, I agree with you. I don't have all of that. I know sometimes also spirituality can play a big role into somebody's process of recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go on.
So after that, I started seeing a psychiatrist.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I used to go see her in Ruaraka. And I remember she used to give me tests, things to write about. I'm guessing it was to gauge my mind. Because I remember the first thing she told me to write about was the past 1 year in 500 words. The past 1 year
Oh, the past 1 year,
in 500 words.
500 words.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a long period of time, but she wants you to condense it
Yeah.
in the 500 words.
So just write what I could remember. And I'll bring it to her in the next visit. And I used to enjoy those visits. Because every time we used to go there, after we were done with the clinic,
Yeah.
we used to go window shopping at the Garden City Mall.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it was therapeutic.
Yeah,
Yeah, very therapeutic.
that's it.
Wow. So, how do you feel right now, given that since you said your proper diagnosis was done in 2017 or 2018?
2017 December.
Yes, 2017 December. So, since 2017 December up to now, with the process of your recovery, how do you? Okay, what message can you tell maybe the people who are still new in the diagnosis, and maybe some people who actually they find it rough, maybe how what message can you give to the whole world?
To the world, there's hope. Never lose hope. If there was hope for me, there can be hope for you. Never stop believing.
Wow, that's a very powerful message. And having gone through your story, I have actually captured some very, very major keywords. Which are these? They are, as we know that any person who is actually undergoing mental health kind of journey or problem or complication, this person needs a good support system. And this is whereby we would like to call upon our friends, our family members to journey with us,
Yeah,
not to judge us.
yeah,
True. Because the moment they actually listen to you and the moment they actually began the first process, of course, being with you spiritually by praying for you, made you feel very, very happy. And as a person, as Nicholas was saying also, my story on mental health journey, I also have the same story as yours. They might look similar, but we have followed different paths. Because
Yeah.
for me, my diagnosis was done happened in 2016, and right now we are into the street quest for mental health talk. Let us normalize this talk.
yeah,
And what I know is that I want to tell the whole world, you remember, after getting well, there are some few things that you need as an individual. You need a job. You need to have a family.
yeah.
You need.
I'm really looking for a family.
Yes, yes. You are looking for a family.
Because I love children.
Wow, are you single?
I'm single.
Single. You're looking for a lady.
Yeah.
Okay, no big deal.
Please, if you're single out there,
Yeah.
I'm ready and willing.
Ready and willing, and they will give out to you. And,
I'll give out my number.
Yes.
Please call me.
Yes, and yeah. For those who are doing this self-advocacy, we need help.
Yeah.
Not for us,
We need
help.
support.
We need support, we need jobs,
We need
we
finances.
need finances, and so many things. And also recommendable accommodation within our work setups and within
Yeah.
our social kind of unit.
Yeah.
Yes, and this is whatever we are advocating for. And for our viewers, for our listeners outside there, kindly support us. Look at whatever Ian has shared, his story. It's quite captivating. It's very, very much enlightening. And by the way, congratulations, because you are giving hope to many people. Perhaps there are some people who are just in bed somewhere asking themselves, how will I get out of this? So, for those people who might, because I know, for those who are in that journey, feel free, contact those who are doing self-advocacy. People like Ian who have managed at least. People like me who have managed, and others outside there who are doing this work willingly. Contact them. They will give you tips on how to take care of yourself, and also never forget to do what? Never forget to check on your doctor's prescriptions, abide to them, and also look for experts within that field.
Yeah.
Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, Nick's Champes Mental Health Advocacy, and also I am an activist on mental health matters, and together with Ian we are forming Wachizi Circle to advocate for what? To advocate for the rights and for the well-being of people living with psychosocial disability. Thank you so much. Follow us more, subscribe, and you will get more stories on the street. And hey, wait for me. I will catch you there on the street to spark this conversation. Asante sana Bwana Ian.
I'm going to give them my number.
Yes, and for those who would like to engage Ian further, kindly get his phone number and maybe his social kind of setup where you can find him.
So, the social media handles are Facebook is Ian Wekes, EYANWEXX. My phone number is 0706 064 317. You can call anytime.
Again,
0706
0706
064
064
317.
317.
Yes.
Wow, thank you so much. Contact him for more tips. Contact me on that YouTube channel. Subscribe, leave your comments, and we will engage further. Asante sana Bwana Ian, and may you have a blessed day. And let us continue with this conversation.
Thank you.
Yes.
We'll never stop.
Yes, we never stop. Normalize talking mental health.
Yes.